All right, and then we cue the fade out. What's up, everyone? Let's go ahead and put on some music, switch over, and let's get this party started. I know stuff is happening right now. All right, seems like a good volume. A little bit louder. Okay, if the music's too loud, guys, please let me know. I'm gonna try to make sure it's like a happy medium. I think that should be good. All right, let's go ahead and switch over here. Where is my scene? What's up, everyone? How y'all doing today? Long time no see. I know some of you guys who happened to tune in last week, or not last week, yesterday. It was a little spontaneous stream. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. Watched the rerun of that a little bit and had a great time. So if I ever just randomly streaming during FOMC or any like Fed news, feel free to come by, say hello. That's gonna be more of a just a hangout, chill stream. But how's everyone doing today? I just want to go ahead and pop out chat here and just focus. Let's see, what are you guys saying? What have you guys been saying? All right, let's see. I'm on. Hey Johnny, hey everyone, good to see you, my friend. Forex, yo bro, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. What's up, ABC crew? Coyote, how you doing? Big Egg Roll, what up? What up? Good to see you, my man. Woohoo! Actually, early today. Too bad, can't pay attention. Gotta fix a dead water heater. Didn't realize how much I need hot water, a hot shower to function. To be functional. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Unfortunately, I'm spoiled with hot water. Not too hot though. I'm not like some people who can crank it up to 120 degrees and be fine. Come out pink like a lobster. Not me though. Let's see. Alif, Mumbo up, ABC crew. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Stop taking bath, Pratheesh. It just sounds like my wife would be sure. Let's see. BTC doesn't want to pull back. Yo, yeah, we'll talk about that here shortly. Josh, we hit the likes. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Everyone seems too bullish, though, which scares me. Is that a really good indicator that everyone is too bullish? Markets can stay irrational longer than one can stay solvent. I agree, Josh. Somewhat because too many levered longs are usually equals liquidations charts. Can probably tell a better story, right? Yeah, I would say. Subscriber list grew. Yeah, it looks like we're growing every day, man. We're getting a couple people subbing to the channel. So if you guys are welcome to this to the channel, good to see you. Good to have you. If you guys have any questions, you know, we do this 3 times a week. So you guys come in and ask me anything, trading related, ABCs. You know, we just go over what we're looking at. We want the casino. Don't worry, I got it loaded. I got it loaded on the other screen. We'll go ahead and we'll pop that up when we're all caught up. But how you guys doing? Good to see everyone. And no, it's not whiskey. I know you guys might be thinking. All right. So first things first. I know the title of the video might not hold up so well. But we'll talk about that here shortly. How's your cold? I'm pretty much back to normal now. I still have like a residual cough that's like there once in a while. Like, unfortunately, you guys has heard. Still a tiny bit stuffy, but I feel fine. I feel good. I'm not sick. You know, just some extra stuff that's there. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here now. If you guys were here yesterday, you know, we were kind of sitting in this region here, and the FOMC news and Jerome Powell speaking kind of, you know, led to higher price points. And I posted this in the group as well as David's group. If you guys are in any of those, you definitely had some time to get into this. I put basically this section right here is all one continuous A. There's a clear break in structure here, and we're looking for retest of the upside. We did get it. So currently we are in an ABC short position. Now it's just going to hold. That is the question. Me personally, I think there's a couple things going into this that I'm considering. One is price. I mean, obviously the most recent price movement was very bullish leading up to or going into the FOMC. That could cause some FOMO. That can cause some people to be buying into this this upswing here, and possibly the break of the previous high. Oh, I need to hear music down on my end. So, me personally, it looks like, you know, we're kind of testing that pivot right now, and it looks like we're fighting in that region. If we do decide to break through, I have a feeling that this is going to be a big swing to the upside. There's one main component of that is we just been in so much. There's been so much pressure. It's kind of just easing its way up. And one of the things, like I said, I don't look at this normally, but I've been keeping my eye on this every day for the last couple days just to see how it's been developing. And if you guys look at the RSI, like I said, I do not make any trading decisions off of the RSI and the movements. I don't typically use RSI the normal way as well. I like to go ahead. Let's do orange. I like to go ahead and change the input from 14 to 125. Watch what happens when I change it. We'll do it now. I have to save. Okay. Watch what happens when I change it. You see how it kind of like squeezed itself, consolidated itself, and you know when you switch it to this setting, it looks more like price action. But with this, it looks like it shows price action, but it shows a divergences where it's more. Oh, you guys just saw my API keys. Well, don't worry, they're encrypted, so we're good. Back is cool. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, we do have a much larger bearish divergence here, and it looks like we're kind of fighting in this region. Now, if this is what I think what might be happening, we could be kind of breaking through it right now, or at least getting close to breaking through it. And this is talking about the, you know, the ball and window theory. But we're kind of like fighting in here. We're pretty close to making a major decision, in my opinion. For me personally, with the ball and window theory of how we talk about what I mentioned before in the RSI is, in these kind of situations, sometimes you might have a bearish divergence here with bearish pressure, but it looks like prices can consistently climbs. and this creates a stronger and stronger divergence. Now, pretty much imagine taking let's say a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, something a little bit harder, and let's say you take that and throw it out a window. Okay, now depending on how each time you throw it a little bit harder, but let's say that you throw it once, bounces back, pick it up, throw it harder, bounces back again, harder, bounces back again, harder, bounces back again. Every time you throw the ball harder, it bounces back harder. You notice that. By the time you're building up strength, building up power to throwing the ball at the window, eventually you're just gonna be able to play catch with it. You know, it'll come back with just as much force in the other direction. This is kind of what's happening right now. Every time we're putting in more of the divergence, we're throwing the ball at the window harder and harder. We're aggressively throwing it harder and harder, trying to break it, but the ball just keeps bouncing back. All right. At some point, this is what's going to happen. At one point, you're either going to throw it so hard that the window's going to break. And basically what that, I guess a metaphor for is that price will eventually break down with a lot of force because it's just constantly fighting, and it'll eventually fail. That's where we get our significant pullback. The other option, what could happen is this point, you're pegging the ball at the window, pegging it. It's getting to the point to where, you know, you're throwing it so hard that it might bounce back with equal force and you might not be able to catch it. And let's say the ball just, like, you know, whizzes by you. Oh, we could be getting that answer right now. Here, let's go. Well, let me finish what I thought and we'll take a look at this. But basically the ball whizzing by you, and basically let's say you just miss it and it just disappears on you. That's like the equivalent of taking that pressure and using that momentum to push price to the upside with equal force, or which as much force as the bearish divergence was creating. So in these kind of situations, unfortunately, yes, the bearish signs are there. They are there. The RSI is, you know, we're constantly putting in divergences. We're putting higher highs. We're kind of consolidating, squeezing, but I've seen this happen before. And sometimes price action like this leads to just straight moonshots. So I just got to stop that on my each short. Oh, boo-hoo. So for me personally, I think this ABC is the last one I'm willing to take. And if we blow through this level, I honestly think we're gonna go for a much larger move. I just don't. I mean, we could reverse at any point. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen this happen before. I've seen how these situations have built up, and it looks like we might not get a larger pullback until a higher price point. That's just me personally. That's what I think. And I'm 100% willing to take that. But like I said, this last short, which we're taking in, is kind of a last resort. If price blows through this, I'm not touching it until we continue to, unless we put in a much larger bearish position up at a higher region. Something like, you know, let's say we eventually break through, something like this. If we can get a nice clear separation in trend, I think, you know, that's when I'll go back and try to take that short. But this is one of these situations, kind of similar to what happened with, let me pull this up. Kind of like with these situations here. You know, this is a little bit more pronounced, but you can see like this area of price action here, we just kept pumping, put in a smaller pullback, pumping, smaller pullback. Just kept going to where we never get a much larger clear and break of structure until we go ahead and put in. I'm curious to see this actually. Hold on, let me pull up the RSI in this area for a price action, see what happens. Great, I gotta do this all over again. I should just minimize and not delete it. I'm curious to see what happened. Look at this. Same thing. Same sort of scenario. Ever since this peak, higher highs, lower lows on the RSI. We just never respected this, and we just used that momentum to just keep pushing. Eventually, it did pop, but you know, we might be in this kind of situation to where we're kind of just consolidating, squeezing up. And guys, the last time I was in this kind of situation, I got my ass handed to me on a silver platter. I got destroyed. I was using a very aggressive stop losses, and I kept shorting every single peak. I'm not doing that again. So that's why in these kind of situations, that's why I am very, very, how do I say this? I am not eager to take my long off the table. I'm not eager at all. There's no reason for me to take a position like this off the table unless I have a continuation setup. And this is why I love the idea of the continuation setup, is that because we don't know where price is going to go, we don't know where price is truly going to pop, whether it's up and down at this point. You know, even though, like I said, we have a lot of bearish signals. We're at a, you know, we're getting close to a very key resistance point up here. We have the bearish divergence to back it up. There's a lot of things pointing for the down direction, but doesn't necessarily mean it has to happen. Let's see. Monoville exploding, only 10k coin supply. Jeez. It looks like an unsloping or sending bull flag, but I've seen those fail before. We need some ABC. We need some long ABC setups. Come on, BTC, pull back and make a lower low. We can just for a little up. Yeah. Let's see. If we make a clear new highs with some breathing room from these ABC shorts, will you not have them still? Wait, if we make a clear new highs with some breathing room in these ABC shorts, will you not have them still set up? Yeah, no, if we, you know, in this kind of situation, we have an ABC. If we get a quick reversal and we, you know, a quick wick and down below, perfect. But if we just blow straight through this, and even if we put a higher high and kind of slowly consolidate, I don't think I'm going to take it. I think there's going to be a lot of bullish pressure to the upside. I just don't think we're just going to put in another high and stop at 25k. I honestly think if we do continue upward, we're going to go up to like the closer to that 30k region. And maybe we get something like this. And just an example. Is there a way? How can I minimize this? There we go. Let's say we get something like this. Maybe this is just one upshot. We get a pullback and a continuation higher. You know, maybe we do come up to like 30k. Come up, maybe retest this as support. Put in one final leg. That could absolutely happen. Very similar to what happened in this area of price action here. Before like the ending of the bull, or before the ending of the bull run, we just got a straight shot up. Eventually got a larger clear separation in trend. We put in one more high, and I you know, maybe we don't have to put in a drastic high like this. We can just come up, put in a higher high, and that's it. That's probably what I'm thinking. That's what's going to happen here. I don't think to the same degree, but I think we're just going to keep going and eventually get a much larger break in trend. If we don't break down from here, I think we're just going to keep going. Obviously, there's only up or down, but I think we're just going to keep going. But to me, this is where I think price should be topping out soon, but it looks like it doesn't want to do it. So I know we've been chasing shorts for a while, and guys, it's been a bumpy ride if you guys have been in the group with me, but thank goodness we are using much more relaxed stop losses. We're focusing just on a few coins at a time. You know, I ditched ADA, as some of you guys were aware, or not. If you guys were aware, I ditched ADA. I don't think I'm going to be shorting this again, just because of the way it's been forming. I'll go ahead and talk about it more in depth, but pretty much, I just don't. It's make or break at this point, and to me, it looks like it just doesn't want to stop. But this is the place where it's going to top out, if it is going to top out and put in a larger reversal. So like I said, ABC off of that. As of right now, you know, I'm probably going to end up changing the title of this video, because just based on how price is behaving, we had a really good entry. We had a really good entry off of that ABC, and right now we're just, you know, hovering above it. We're, you know, price is trying to figure out what it wants to do. But Coyote, I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? Okay. Let's go ahead and look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, we had a clear break in trend. Unfortunately, I wanted to get this ABC pullback, but you know, it just didn't happen. So we go back to the drawing board. I'm taking this one off the table. All right. I'm probably going to. This would be A to B. Yeah, I mean this would be the new ABC. To be honest, I am going to take this. Just because the reason why I'm not counting this wick is because it's part of one larger structure, clear separation, and then a larger move to the upside. I'm gonna have to adjust my risk accordingly. I am gonna have to adjust my risk accordingly, but I'll do that after the trade gets triggered. Sometime that's where I get a little confused between ABC setups or just higher high and lower low. Technically they're the same. The difference is with the ABC, you're trying to catch the reversal of the larger trend. With higher highs and lower lows, you're kind of looking at a general direction, right? Same thing with downside, you know, lower lows and lower highs. You're more generally looking at it as one solid direction, versus with ABCs, we're kind of trying to trade the reversal off of a pattern. If that makes sense. That's how I see it. At least that's how I determine it, or at least that's how I what I'm looking for, interpret it. So yeah, so pretty much, you know, I'm still long from ETH from this level here. And guys, I know if you guys are still in these positions, do not let them go. Do not let them go, because we just don't know what price is going to do. All we can do is hold those long positions, let the shorts play, you know, try to take shorts when they're necessary, and let price do what it do. Let's go over LTC. Sorry, that's something's going on outside my room. LTC, like I said, LTC can sit on it and spin. I really don't care for it right now. You can see how much junk this is, in my opinion. To me personally, I'm ditching. This looks like one trend, all right? So I'm ditching the smaller entries. I'm focusing just on the larger one. I'm going to be taking that 85.40 if we get back below. If we just keep pumping, eventually I'll ditch this idea too and wait for another setup to form. But as of right now, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're just gonna hopefully maybe we'll just get a move here live on stream. I gotta be a good noodle. Stay away from the 5-minute. All right. I mean, what else? I'll take a look at ADA because I said I would go over that, but pretty much for ADA, same thing. You know, we had a setup. It kind of danced around this region. Somebody asked me in the group before, and basically in these kind of scenarios, I'll come up with a position, and depending on there's two scenarios. One, if it goes against me, it'll go against me significantly to get a pump to the upside, or it'll kind of fight and create its own structures within and kind of create this messy, sloppy consolidation area. That's where I kind of just let it loose and I say, you know what, I'm good, I'm done. I don't have a reason to continue to play this. I did buy a little bit more spot ADA yesterday, so I'm just sprinkling a little bit more. Like I said, for me, these are just DCA points. I don't plan on going too heavy. If I put in a little bit more, if we keep going up, fantastic. If we come back down, it's okay. I'm okay with taking the loss on that, because for me, like I said, this is more of just a sprinkle for me. It's just a DCA point. I don't plan on I don't take any leverage positions on these larger structures. If I do take macro trades, they're going to be much larger, with much larger stop losses. Something along the lines of maybe like 7 to 10%, depending on the size of the trade. But usually with these types of trades, you know, you're targeting the larger reversal. So I'm aiming for the moon when it comes to, you know, if you take these macro trades, I'm just gonna same kind of scenario. I'm just gonna hold these out and just let it ride, take as much advantage of price action as I can. So if you guys have anything else you want me to look at, or if you guys have any questions for me, this wraps it up for the updates. All right, there's some things I still want to go over, but guys, feel free to chime in, ask me if you want me to look at something else, or you have any questions regarding like how to handle these situations. This is not my first time. This is not my first rodeo dealing with a situation like this, and it can be tough. You know, this type of price action, guys, will test you. This will ultimately test you, and I need you guys to understand that this is happening for a reason. this is happening, that people are getting excited. People are going to try to FOMO into positions, and I promise you at some point, I can't say it's going to be now, but if it's not now, at some point in the near future, we are going to get a larger pullback, and I promise you guys will get an opportunity to get in. What do you think of near long term? Is it on? I'm sure Binance has the most price action, right, Josh? Oh, interesting. I've looked at this before. So you have that macro pivot at around 266. Looks like we tested that region. To me, if we can cross above it and hold, I definitely would buy some. Not financial advice, this is my personal opinion. But for a good spot buy position, I would say definitely take that cross above 266. Sprinkle some. I definitely would buy some if you're interested in that. I'm not sure when's the last time I looked at it, but I can, based on how I drew this, it looks like we looked at it after it put in this setup. So, but yeah, long term it looks pretty good. This macro setups are there. You do have a very pronounced ABC to an A, B, C here. So to me, that's going to be the area you want to look to get into, but it looks pretty good. Sorry, guys. Adam? Yeah, I can do Adam. All right, looks like I've done this before. So for Adam, it looks like, you know, larger ABC here. This could be a larger A to a B to a C play. I don't know. But depending on how price moves, it looks like we're probably going to definitely get at least a test up to there. Up to that 17-16 area. If we come back and continue to push through, especially above that larger A, I think things could be bullish, but, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Tread lightly on that. Looks like a nice higher low, eh? Oh, higher. Oh, just needs a higher high. Yeah, it's definitely a nice higher low. It looks like we're definitely going to come up and test that 17-16. Keep an eye on that bearish setup just in case, but to be honest, I think by the way how things are looking, I definitely think we're gonna get more of an upside push. That's just me. It's only when I start like talking a lot, especially the first time, like in the morning. Like I went out earlier with some friends, or not earlier, yesterday with some friends, and I was fine. I wasn't too congested. In the morning I was a little bit. Same thing. I woke up around like 11:30, kind of a little stuffy. Did my thing, and then I felt good. And now it's starting to come back again. Higher highs, higher lows equals bullish trend. Yes, you are absolutely correct, Josh. Absolutely. Let's see what happens, though. You know, it's really tough to tell. It's tough to tell. I give you guys basically either or scenario. You know, if I pull up the RSI on a 2 hour, like I said, it's kind of fighting in that region now. Just because we're fighting in that region doesn't mean it has to. It doesn't mean we're breaking through. Doesn't mean we're going to be breaking through. It just means that we're kind of testing this zone right now, and we'll have to see how it behaves. If we get a confirmed break and continue higher, that is when I'll be more concerned with. Yeah, technically, if you want to connect precisely to each high, it looks like we're testing that trend line now. LTC, I went over let's see. For LTC, Josh, the macro pivot, bearish pivot is at 85.40. But as long as we're above it, things are looking pretty bullish for LTC. Hold on, someone texted me that I haven't heard from in a while. Okay, we're gonna do that. No. Okay. All right. So for LTC, like I said, Josh, besides that, from a basic support and resistance standpoint, looks like we have a resistance coming up at 134.13. And then besides that, if we continue cruising, 295. Holy Yabba Shiba today? Oh no, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Oh, I don't want longs. I want... What has the most... Okay. Looks like Sheep did put in an entire high. You could get a reversal there. Oh, did it put in a higher high? Oh, look at this. It's like a BTC situation. Imagine if that was a reversal. Finance? Yeah, same thing. It looks like they're putting a higher high, so I would just tread lightly. There's a look at that divergent, bearish divergence, but it's an altcoin. I'm not taking that into too much consideration. Yeah, Sheep's looking decent for a reversal. I'm very curious to see what happens, guys. Like I said, I'm very curious. We're at a very crucial point right now, and it'd be great if we did top out here. It'd be absolutely fantastic. But if there's enough bullish pressure, I definitely think we can crack this divergence and just shoot up. Fart, you're gonna miss it, absolutely. Matic, yeah, we can do Matic. Matic. All right, so Matic, it looks like we're gonna come up and test. Looks like we're gonna come up and test that high. I mean, unless we just reverse right now. Yeah, I honestly think we're probably gonna come up and test that high to be frank. But yeah, and then that's gonna be putting out a much larger ABC. Doesn't mean it's gonna reverse, but you know, a larger potential pivot to reverse off of. ABC to an A. A, B, C to a B, and then a continuation higher to a C. Double topping, yeah, could be the case as well. Coyote, if you break 25k straight to 30k, I think so. I think so, to be honest, as well. That's why, like I said, it ain't over till it ain't over till. I mean, obviously, I know it's not over till the fat lady sings, but. I'm not gonna lie, there's the fact that we're not holding this right now, and the fact that, you know, price does not give a damn about these divergences kind of worries me from a short perspective. But you know, I am in longs, I am in buy positions, I am in hodl positions, so I can't really complain. I would rather be Garth. Garth Brooks. Looks like Composite Man resetting RSI to moon soon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That could be it. You know, Price cannot give a damn about this divergence. Maybe he's just using it to reset, maybe bring us back to like a stable level, and then use that momentum to push us right on through again. And maybe we create even a larger bearish divergence. Well, actually, no, price would have to, our side would have to significantly break above in order to break that bearish divergence. But that's going to be the beginning of it, because obviously you have stops along the way. As price continues, you kind of have to treat it as like, it's gonna have a hard time, but I definitely think the momentum's there if it does break. So honestly, we're probably gonna me being optimistic. I think we're probably gonna find out before the end of this week what she wants to do. I honestly think so. If we don't, or if she doesn't, we'll definitely find out. You know, probably by next week. But I honestly think by the end of this week, possibly today. By the end of today, we'll probably figure out what she wants to do. You know, if the R side comes in and puts in a little rejection, you know, right now we're throwing the ball at the glass window again. If the glass window, you know, doesn't break, if the glass window breaks, we get that push lower. That to me is going to signify a much larger push, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen. Wayne's World reference? Come on, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Wayne's World since... I was probably like 17, 18 when I saw Wayne's World. I only see that movie twice. The first time I saw it was like 17, 18. I saw it again like a couple years later. I haven't really seen it since. You got 5 mil buy on a casino? You guys want me to turn on the slot machines or no? I'm not gonna lie, this is fun. If you guys weren't here yesterday, what was his name? Retro. I forgot what his name. If you're here in Retro, let me know. His name was Retro something. I know he's in the chat a lot. His name's different on Discord, but he introduced this to me yesterday, and basically you can see the buy orders and stuff. And what we did was we just kind of there's an audio thing where you can kind of hear the orders coming in. I want you guys to listen to this. Tell me what you think what this sounds like. I already know what this sounds like, but this is absolutely, I love this. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Coyote. You can actually turn up the I guess the filter of what orders come in. So the lower I turn this down, the more orders that come in, and listen to when I turn it down. Guys, this is the Bitcoin casino right now. If you guys haven't been to Atlantic City or Las Vegas, this is basically what walking through a casino sounds like. You're always hearing slot machines constantly going, winners going off. Yeah, mine's set to 500K and above if you want to keep my sanity. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't. This is a fun little website. Cool. I'll leave it on in the background. You guys can, if it gets too annoying, let me know. I'll go ahead and turn it down a little bit. But it's a fun little thing. I'm not gonna lie. After the stream, I kind of watched it for a little bit. I could see why he loves it so much. I'll just say that. Retro, if you're watching this now, you got me hooked, man. I had this on my speaker. I was like cleaning my room a little bit, and every once in a while I hear it go crazy, or I hear like a couple large orders come in. I would turn around and be like, "What the hell is going on?" Man, we are touching that divergence again. I kind of hope it happens on stream. Oh, drop my water. Thank God the cap was on. It's nice outside. I want to open my window. Here, hold on. I'm gonna get up to open my window a little bit. I'll be right back. Even though it's 40 degrees out, I still want some fresh air. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Ooh, 6.9 mil, really? Why am I not seeing this? I guess you think my filter higher. I imagine if we make a new high, the sounds will be amazing. Absolutely. That's like I got up before and I heard it start going off. I like turned around. I didn't see anything. Like I didn't see price move or anything, but. What do you change the filter to 5? Like that? Wonder if I could type. Wish I could type it in. Yeah, 1 is 100K. Okay. It's not as exciting, Coyote. We don't get too many, the sounds aren't as crazy. I would definitely try to play that Matic short. Looks juicy. Yeah, you could. It's a big structure. Me personally, like I just don't. Maybe I'll try it. I don't know. I am looking for another altcoin to short, but me personally, like I said, it's right now a make or break for BTC. If we do not get a significant, if we do not get a significant breakdown from here, I honestly think we're just gonna shoot straight up, and trying to catch a falling knife on alt can be difficult. I prefer when price kind of takes its time developing. When we're shooting up all, we're having these massive moves to the upside. It's kind of hard to time these, but I will consider it. I will think about it as price gets to that region. Will you add or take a short if Bitcoin hits 25K or abandon all shorts? Crypto Beehive, if we, I'm in this short here. If we just continue shooting up, I'm just going to let it go. I'll let it go and I'll wait. Well, that was a big one. 1.7 mil. I'm just going to let it go. And then we basically have to let price reset, because what's happening is there's a lot of pressure building up, a lot of bearish pressure, but you know, I'm not sure if you've seen me talk about this before, but the problem is when you run into situations where like you have, like, for example, this massive bearish divergence. You know, we have a massive bearish divergence on a 2-hour time frame. The problem with these divergences is that yes, they are there, they are significant, but what can end up happening is sometimes you might get situations to where these the amount of pressure building up to the bearish side, the momentum and the pressure can be redirected and basically put into long positions and force price up even harder. This happens a couple times. Like I said, if you go back to, I always talk about this area price action because this is very similar to what happened before, or what we're going through right now. This situation before was very similar to how things are playing out at the moment. We kind of just slowly made our way up and kept consolidating. I mean, as you can see, we are holding a bearish divergence ever since this wick. The entirety of this move was one entire bearish divergence, and eventually we did break it. But it doesn't really matter. We can sit here and keep tapping these, you know, putting in lower highs on the RSI, putting in higher highs, and price does not care. So that's kind of what the same issue we could be happening, or what could be going on right now at the moment, is that we can have this bearish divergence, you know, tap, 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 and prices keep going. Eventually that momentum will be transferred to the upside and force price to go even higher. I will let price get past that and set it, try to avoid some of the drop. Yeah, we'll see how, like I said, based on what I think, if we do pump, we're just gonna go straight. I just don't see prices topping out here. I just don't see prices topping out at that peak. I mean, if it does, maybe I'll take it again, but me personally, I think we're just gonna blow straight through it. Oh, on Matic. Okay, yeah. No, oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. Okay, I got you. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. I want to change the song. Let's see. That's a good one. Ryan, how you doing, my friend? YouTube sent me here again. Good to see you. How you doing, man? Don't fight it. Join us. Join us. One of us. Good to see you though. Like I said, we're just hanging out here. If you guys missed, I mean, Ryan, if you missed the beginning, basically, I'm still holding, shorting, trying to short this previous ABC, but I'll be quite honest. It looks like price does not care. It looks like price is just going to keep going. You know, one of the things I talked about is the bearish divergence here. You know, we've been holding this bearish divergence since, what was this? Beginning of the month? Not say middle of the month, middle of January. What do you think about demo account testing and strategy? I'm not in the market yet. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. It mostly depends on your situation. Now, unfortunately, like, there's some people who are in better situations than others. Some people have a lot to play with in the beginning. If you're in a situation where you have a lot to lose, yes, absolutely test demo accounts first. To me, if you have smaller amounts, you can test with demo accounts as well. The problem is that when it comes to, you know, push come to shove, when it's time to go ahead and do that, you're not gonna have a lot to work with. And then, yes, you might grow in percentage wise the same, but the dollar amounts are significantly less. For example, like, you can take $100, turn it into 10 grand, so you 100x that, versus if you took 10 grand, 100x it, I mean, that's $1 million. So it's the same percentage, but obviously the dollar amounts are different. For someone who's new, I personally think everyone has a way to get a hold of extra funds. Now I'm not trying to judge, or, you know, how do I say this? I'm not trying to judge. I'm not trying to say, like, some people, that everyone can do it. Some people do have certain situations where they literally don't have any extra money. If that's the case, I honestly think you should try to find a way to get some more money. It's just from my experience, from what I've accomplished, from talking to other people in different situations, it seems like most people have a way can find a way to secure more funds to trade with. Because in this game, it's all about money. This money makes more money. You can't expect to turn $100 into 100 grand. It's possible, but it's very hard to do, and it's not realistic. You know, it's a lot easier to turn. It's way easier to turn $1,000 into 100 grand. It's still pretty hard, but it's easy to turn $1,000 to. It's easy to turn $1,000 to 100 grand versus $100 to 100 grand. So I need you to keep that in mind. I have a few thousand I can add each month. Yeah, if that's the case, man, definitely you can go ahead and start a demo account. I personally would suggest starting small and working and building up to it, because what's going to happen is trading a demo account is just not the same. There's certain things you're going to have to experience in trading in order for you to kind of build yourself and mold yourself into a good trader. And to me personally, you don't really get those experiences while using fake money. To me, you're gonna have to, you know, actually put yourself out there, put your risk your money out there, and, you know, practice good risk management, learn good risk management. And if you can add to it every month, do it that way. You know, if you have a couple thousand, and let's say you can keep adding to it to where you're not scared. Like I said, whatever you put in is risk, right? You're risking everything that you use. So I think it's good to start out small, work your way up to it, and that way you can build the tendencies, build and understand what trading is, and go through the ropes while you're building your account. Easy to turn $1,000 into zero. Yes, I agree with that too, Josh. That's why I'm saying start small. I'd rather see you start small, learn, go through the ropes, than start a demo account and never put actual money on the table. Just because of my experience, there's certain things you just don't learn unless you actually go through it. And for me, you don't actually feel the emotions, feel certain things that actually happen to you while you're trading on a demo account. That's just my personal opinion. Mr. Reckless, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Like I said, just start out small. Start out small. Learn how to use the risk reward calculator. Adjust it accordingly. Use proper risk management. Set up trades properly. You know, if you're using the ABC method, you know, you don't have to use my method. Regardless, there's a lot of core principles that carry throughout trading, regardless of the strategy. So learn those core principles. If you want to switch, if you want to use the ABC strategy, learn how to draw setups, learn how to set up trades properly, learn how to use proper risk management, learn how to set up good R&R trades. Don't use set dollar amounts, Ryan. Use percentages. I'll send this in chat. Learn how to use this calculator. This is going to be your saving grace. This is your bread and butter. Always use this risk reward calculator. I'll go through it quick. Pretty much all you do, let's say you have $1,000. All right, and you're going to say your risk parameters. Let's say for me at the moment, I'm risking, let's say for most people who are starting out, do not risk a high percentage on your account. I would say you risk like 1.5% tops. All right, so in this case, you're going to risk 1.5%. Make sure everything equates to the percentages that match. So in this case, $1,000, 75% of 2% is 1.5%. Make sure you're the proper stop losses, and then that'll basically go through 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. What, the risk to reward ratio? Or are you talking about like your risk percentage? No, I mean, your risk to reward ratio. I've turned 14K into zero, and when I started though, and thought it was easy. Now I'm humbled and go very slow with low leverage, but doing much better these days. That's good to hear, Crypto Behave. I'm sorry that happened to you, but I think there's always, the grass is always greener on the other side. When it comes to R&R, this strategy, so the main 3 components that matter most in trading are your winning percentage, your risk, and your risk to reward ratio. To me, I'll give you a good example. Back when we were up here, I was using a 1% risk on trade. So, 1% risk on trade with 1% stop loss. And our average R&R trade was about a 10. So we were averaging about a 10, sometimes more. And our win percentage was around like a 15%. So for a 10 risk reward ratio using 1% risk, anything above a 10% win rate is successful. Obviously the higher the winning percentage from there, the more accelerated your profits are going to be. As of right now, if I had to guess, we're aiming for, it's hard for me to put an exact number because I've only been using the continuation method for a little while now. But if I had to give you a guess, I'd probably say our win percentage is probably like 20 to 25%. But we're using 3% stop losses. Our average R&R is about like a 7 to 8. I believe that's the correct math if I had to give you an average. Because right now, like this R&R trade, we're still currently holding. It's a 18. We've held the short from here. When we win huge. We win massively. We took profit here around 6.75. Yeah, so I would say, there's a lot of sell orders. So based on our strategy, I would say an average R&R is about like a 6 to a 7. Yeah, with a 25% win rate, 25%, that's massive. So it really depends. I can't give you a set risk percentage, but there's calculators. I'm not sure if anyone knows of a good calculator to calculate like risk to reward, profitability, and all that. I personally don't know one. There's a chart out there somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Risk to reward. Nope, I spelled. Okay. Let's see. I mean, technically, we'd be risking 1 to make 6, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm just curious. I'm gonna see if this is the right one. Yeah, I think this is it. So usually we're hitting around like a 6 to a 7. Our win rate is probably around like a 20 to 25%. Uh-oh, casino's going off. Wow. That's a BitMEX order of 4.8 million. Holy shit. Let me just see if any of my trades. All right, ETH hasn't triggered yet. Yeah, let me guys, if you guys know a good website to calculate like what your risk to reward is, which is, I think this is it. I just got back into BTC short. Cool. Only 20%. Is there a way to increase that? No, unfortunately. It's an average. Sometimes we do better, like on it throughout different marketing conditions. We can do better. It really depends. But trust me, I know what you're thinking. Only 20% of the time. That's not that much, but you have to look at the bigger picture. R&R is the most important thing when it comes to understanding, or when it comes to profitability. You can see, like I said, based on a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 6, so we're risking 1 to make 6, right? Yes, we're at 20%, but our break-even win rate has to be above a 14.5. I personally think we're above that. So anything above a 14.5 significantly increases the rate at which you make profit by a lot. You'd be surprised, by a lot. So yeah, unfortunately, yes, like I know our win that might put you off as a 20% win rate, but you have to understand the bigger picture. Like without taking the trades that that we're taking, how are you supposed to hit a third? We're sitting at almost 1,400% on this long. We're sitting over 1,000% on this ETH position, and all it takes is to win those big trades a couple times. To be honest, our win rate might, depending on how things continue, we could probably increase the average risk to reward. Maybe we might be sitting at an 8. If we're sitting at an 8, we only need to be at 11% profitable. But if we increase our average R&R, but maintain the same winning percentage of 20%, our profitability is going to increase even more. There's more of like a compounding effect. That's why we hold the trade for so long to get that big R&R. So the wins have to be greater compared to losses. Exactly. Like if you have let's say you're trading a system that's like a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, a 1 to 2 risk to reward, you need to be profitable more than, I'm pretty sure, I just want to make sure I'm right. Yeah. You need to be, your break even rate is 33%. So anything above 33%, you're going to be profitable. If you bring that up to a 1 to 3, 25%. And it all depends on your risk to reward. It all depends. So like I said, I know a lot of people who are new to this game focus on, they hear 15-20% win rate and they're like, what the hell? Like, how can you be profitable? The reason why I'm profitable, because when I win, I'm not hitting little wins. I'm grand slamming them out of the park. I am smacking the ball outside of the park. Like, you can't even comprehend how big some of these well, I mean, you can, but some of these wins are, you know, like I said, 1,300, 1,400% profit. It doesn't happen too often, but like I said, when we do hit these, we grand slam these things. So, like, this is a good tool to kind of give you a basic idea of like how much you need to be winning in order to be successful. And, you know, we're using a 3% stop loss on charts. So by default, I mean, it's not guaranteed, by default, our winning percentage does increase. You know, if you're using a 1% stop loss, it's a little bit different. But based on how we do things, our profitability, you know, is going to be a lot greater because of the compounding effect and because of how big they are in our trades that we're taking. Sorry, you guys had to hear that. Well, I need to do that one more time. I'm gonna mute them. All right. Let's see. Could you explain your strategy? Absolutely. Once you get Mr. Reckless, once you get used to the simplicity of ABCs, we'll get addicted to it. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll be more than happy. So, a brief overrun of what the ABC strategy is. All right. I'm gonna get serious here, so I want to turn this off. Okay. So what the ABC strategy is, on a basic core, you know, understanding, is we're identifying trends in groups of threes. All right, and we're identifying them by A's, B's, and C's. Okay. And there's two main components to how we trade this. We either try to trade reversals or trade continuations. I'll show you examples for both. When you trade reversals, we're looking for either a point to where price can reverse at a peak or at a bottom. All right. In the case of a short position, we're looking for an uptrend, a downtrend, and an uptrend. And all we're doing is waiting for price. Oh, my ETH. Let's see. Hold on. I want to make sure my ETH trade got triggered. Hold on. Let me hang on tight for 1 second there, buddy. Hold on, I need to do something real quick. Stop it with the pop-ups, dude. All right, so pretty much, long story short, we're looking for ABCs in one of two directions, right? Either an upside swing, in this case, an ABC to the upside, and we're looking to short every time price gets back below the A. Okay. Vice versa with long positions. All right. And I'll explain why this works so well. Just to give you, because I know one of the big questions you might have is, you know, there's no way it's as simple as ABC. I always get this a lot. There's no way it can't be more than that. It has to be more than that. It can't be just that. You'd be surprised. And then with the opposite, basically we're looking for a downtrend, all right, a pullback, and then we're looking for a continuation downward. Once price gets back below the A, we're looking for price to get back above, and we're going to take a buy position every time price crosses above that region. And this signifies a point of reversal. All right, and if we can maintain above it, it shows signs of strength, or in the short position, if we maintain below that red line, it shows signs of weakness. All right, that's the easiest way to explain it. So let me show you what a continuation setup and what a reversal setup looks like. So actually, I need to go to BTC. Actually, first, let me just double check something, because for some reason, I just need to set up I need to reconfigure my entry bot just because this will take 30 seconds. I just want to make sure I get this right so I don't miss this entry. Here, I'll show you guys me setting this up. Market order. Oh shit, I think it was a 947 before, 947 minus 28, 919, putting 30, I'll put 38 on there. USDT. What's my ETH leverage set up at? 25 a pop? Positions, no. Pyramid, yes. 38. Open short. All right, sorry. I just got to set this up real quick. I'll continue here in a moment. Where's that peak? Yeah, come on, come on. Ah, shit. All right, hold on. I gotta have to enter this trade manual. Fuck. ETH. Order by value. Order by cost. 36. 36. Sell short. 75%. Short. Okay. Use a magnet tool for an exact entry. Does it do that with alerts though? All right, I'm in on that trade anyway. Okay, so going back, I'm so sorry, Ryan. So go back to what I was saying before, is we need to look at identifying where price could reverse. It's not a matter of if it's going to reverse, it's understanding where it can reverse, right? And we take the trades according to where it can reverse. All right, so let me give you an example here. The same example we took before. All right, looking for a continuous uptrend, a pullback, and then a continuation higher. All right, and basically all this does is it gives you a point to where price could reverse that. And we're taking trades every time price gets below here. As you can see, we got stopped out a couple times, but me personally, I took this trade all the way back down to about here, I believe. So I hit a 32 R&R on that. All right. Fortunately, I could have held it for longer, but I didn't. All right. That is a reversal setup. All right. What a continuation setup is once you identify a larger point of a larger trend reversal, we're looking to take trades that continue the larger trend, hence calling it a continuation trend. All right, so all we're doing is we're going to oh, this is annoying. A, B, C. And all you're doing is looking for another short reversal in the same region. If price puts in a high, we get a pullback. We put in another high. All right, I'm going to use this red line to signify entries. We take all the continuation is you take profit on the original entry and then move it down to here and basically compound the gains from the previous trade onto this one. And you're just going to keep repeating the same process. All right, every time you find a nice size short setup, you are going to take a trade that shows the continuation of that larger trend. right? In this case, we've had another ABC short. We're going to go ahead and take this trade off the take profit and re-enter here. Now, we did get stopped out a few times. That does happen. Yeah, my entry didn't work either. Yeah, for some, well, I believe I had to reset it up quick. I have to log into my Telegram, see if I can get entry logs for it to see what happened. It looks like it triggered. It triggered on Telegram's end. All right, I'll take a look at that in a second. I just want to finish explaining this to Ryan. So basically all we're doing is we're looking to take continuation setups. Every time there's a short setup, all right, in this case, original uptrend, a break in trend. I'm sorry, I can't use this magnet tool right now. And basically, I thought I turned it off. All right, we have an original uptrend, a break in uptrend, a break in structure. So in this case, a pullback, and then we're looking for a continuation higher. Once you get that continuation higher, basically every time price gets back below this line, you take a trade. So in this case, we took the new trade, took profit off the original short, and re-entered again. And basically, like, there's maybe one or two positions that we took that you wouldn't got stopped out multiple times, but the R&R of the trade would have made up way beyond the losses you would have incurred. So, all right, same thing here. You got to go A, B. Now, unfortunately, this is a little bit of a messy structure, but we took this short here, A, B, C. Same thing. We're going to take that profit off the table. Go ahead and take that trade, all right, and try to ride the next wave down. Now, fortunately, like, we took this setup here. It wasn't the ideal setup to play a continuation, but, you know, this is the first time I used the continuation method. All right, fortunately, I mentioned all these trade examples. These are short trades I did take, but I didn't take profit at the most optimal time, right? But we took this trade here. And then we waited for another short setup to go ahead and try to attempt to ride the next wave down. All right. In this case, we had another A to a B to a C. Now, I took profit on this short setup. All right. And then we took another one up here, and unfortunately didn't work out. And basically price just continued to pump. But in order for us to not get left out, we were also looking to take bullish trades as well. In this case, we had a bullish A, B to a C. This was the bottom. All right. I don't know how many people out there caught this, but I'm one of the very few people out there who caught pretty much the exact bottom. Because we did get an ever so slight wick lower to the downside. All right. And then that's pretty much it. And then the same thing going forward. We're going to try to ride the momentum of this uptrend as much as we can. In order for us to do that, we need to find another similar clear ABC structure to go ahead and take profit on. Something where it's a clear break of trend. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten that yet. We're still currently in a massive uptrend, and it looks like price is not slowing down. But if we do get a significant pullback, what we're going to do is we're going to take profit on this position. Enter here. You know, we might get stopped out a couple times, but ultimately we're looking to actually get in on the continuation setup, and we're looking to just ride price higher. And that's how you get these massive R&R trades, is by being patient, taking trades at the right moment, and just letting it, you know, hitting a grand slam. That's the easiest way to explain it. There's a lot of nuanced stuff that is in between. If you want to learn more, please, like I said, feel free to ask. When it comes to entries and time frames, it's not about the time frame itself. It's about perspective, right? I can go to a 2-hour chart, zoom in all the way on, you know, these little tiny movements, you know, and that's not the correct way to do things. You need to keep a very large, a very broad perspective of what is going on to be able to identify the setups that matter and the entries and the levels that matter. Okay. In order for you to do that, I would say your best bet is to stick around to like the 1 hour time frame, zoom out, and make sure you zoom out as much as you can to where you can see the structures where they're separating. The absolute lowest I would go is a 30-minute time frame. But remember, take that mouse wheel and scroll out as far as you can. All right, it's a little prop mouse I have for when I explain this. And then all you're doing, like I said, waiting for price to give you opportunities. We're not taking trades every day. We're not taking trades every 6 hours. Sometimes opportunities might come once every couple weeks, but we're hitting it hard until we get our positions either completely invalidated or in our favor. In this case, we've been kind of struggling with this price region, but this does happen. But I'm expecting a larger pullback, and then from there we can go ahead and try to ride the next wave up. Ryan, awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is the most clear-cut, straightforward trading strategy I've ever come across. Even more clear-cut than support and resistance. And the next thing we'll do is I'll explain why it works so well. Okay. So the reason why ABCs work so well is because in trading in general, it's not just the ABC strategy. In trading, how you separate yourself and how you become profitable against everyone else, because in this game, it's a give and take. In order for you to win, you have to take from other people. And when you lose, you give to someone else. In order for you to take advantage of that, you need to think against what the majority of traders are thinking, right? People who are new to this game, people who learn basic strategies, people who do understand advanced concepts. Now, advanced concepts doesn't mean you're better, all right? I want you to get that. I want you to understand that. If you have 1,000 indicators on your screen, you're trying to trade, you have all these volume profiles and all that stuff, doesn't give you an edge, doesn't mean anything. That stuff, if anything, hinders you more than it actually helps your trading career, because you run into a thing called option paralysis. Is where when you run into too many things, your option paralysis kicks in, and it's hard for you to signify and tell what matters more than, what does this indicator matter more than this. Oh, well, this is telling me bearish, this is telling me bullish. I don't know. You run into the problem where you can't come up with a clear-cut decision. The beauty with the ABC strategy is we use any indicators. We might use RSI to kind of see how, if there's any bullish or bearish signs, but we don't make any trading decisions off of them. All we use is price, right? And the reason why it works so well is we go against people who trade breakouts, right? Breakouts, if you aren't familiar, is when price gets to a certain region, basically you're trying to trade the breakout of that support resistance and try to, in this case, short the next level down. All right. We're trying to get to that 12K mark. So we're shorting at 15K. The beautiful part about this is when people are shorting, how we trade ABCs, we're buying into these positions. Okay. And so what ends up happening is basically in other concepts, other terms, it's called taking liquidity. It's almost the same thing. What we're doing is there's liquidity building up in shorts down here. We're buying into it. Big money's buying into it as well. So what ends up happening is people get triggered into short trades trying to take the breakout trade to the downside. People buy into these dumbs and buy larger moves. And what ends up happening is it forces price to reverse. Okay. And then the next situation, or the next thing that happens, which basically snowballs this into a much larger scale, is that when people are selling down here or shorting, when they get liquidated or stopped out, they're forced to buy back into the positions. So what ends up happening is when you get the combination of people buying back into those positions as well as people buying down here, it creates a snowball effect to where these pumps become very pronounced. And as you can see, this arguably could have started the bull run. We're coming out of the FTX dump, very bearish. People were expecting 10 to 12K. And basically market makers and everyone that said, it's like, okay, yeah, you think you can believe that all you want. We're going to buy here. And basically cause a snowball effect. Same thing, vice versa. Before the FTX, we shorted this before all the FTX stuff happened. Basically, we said, hey, we have a ABC here. All right. While people were trying to buy into the breakout to try to, take the next resistance level or test the next resistance level, we're selling into it. And it's the same exact idea, but backwards. while people are buying big money and people who trade ABCs or people who basically trap people into positions are selling into these levels, and it creates a snowball effect. And plus, when also combined with the FTX stuff, this creates black swan events. All right, so where people are getting trapped into long positions, they're getting stopped out and liquidated, forcing them to sell, and as well as big money is selling into these positions as well. And when you combine another outside factor like the FTX news, it creates massive dumps, massive moves to where we can benefit mostly off of this. And basically it becomes a game. Is overall trend important for the stock? Yeah, I would say overall trend is very important. Like I said before, in a bear market, all we're doing is shorting tops. We don't know where the bear market's going to go. All you can do is basically try to take advantage of most of the price action as you can. Same thing with the opposite, and same thing when it goes to other assets. Like when it comes to, I think of a good, like if you want to look at traditional markets, let's say the SPY. With the SPY, we're currently breaking above this resistance, but if we come back below, that's a good shorting opportunity. That shows signs of weakness. Same thing down here. We had ABC. People are trying to sell into the breakouts. Big money's buying in. Creates this larger reversal, and now you can see we're continuing up in an uptrend. Let's see. ABC up here. You could have shorted this reversal. This would have been the top of the bull market on the S&P. You sold into that, you would have sold the top once you got back below, and basically, the rest is history. Yeah, you can apply this to multiple assets. Me personally, deleted symbols. I did not delete this. What the fuck? Oh, it's still there. Me personally, and what I've experienced, it works extremely well with cryptos. If you're interested in learning, like getting into crypto leverage trading, if you're not new, I can definitely show you the way. All you have to do is just ask. Crypto, yes. Are you familiar or are you not familiar? Man, if legalization ever happens, pot stocks are going to go nuts. I absolutely agree. That'd be crazy. See. So would a short on ETH around this area be advisable, or is the ABC not big enough? Let's see. So the ABC I'm currently shorting. So the ABC I'm currently shorting is off of this one. And if I go to an hour, actually let me pull up a different exchange so that wick doesn't confuse you. If I go to an hourly chart, to me, this is a great example of a clear-cut separation in trend ABC. This is something this is something you should be shorting if you are looking to try to short this. Not financial advice. That's just my opinion. That's what I'm doing. I shorted this level. I'll show you right here. I entered this while we were talking on stream. Entries at 1682, and right now I'm sitting a couple bucks of profit. So yes, I would. Me personally, if I was telling myself, I would be shorting at these regions. Because it's a possible sign of reversal. We don't know exactly where the market is going to go. But Ryan, if you're not aware with how crypto exchanges work, I can show you the ropes. It's a very beginner type of introduction. But basically, Bybit, I'm not sure where you're residing, if you're in the US or in Europe. In the US, use the VPN. In areas where Bybit's not allowed, use a VPN. I personally use I don't live in the US. I'm traveling in the US, and when you're traveling in the US, you can use a VPN. I don't know much, but okay. Oh yeah. But I can show you everything you need to know. In order to trade with leverage. So if you don't know what leverage is just a tool, right? Don't let people scare you with high leverage trade. People saying don't never use high leverage. Leverage is just a tool. It all comes down to how you structure your trades and how to use leverage as a tool versus get carried away and use it irresponsibly. The way to do that is you use a calculator like this. This is the best one in the market. It's the only one I know that's worth it. My friend Kite created this formula and someone put it into a UI, which is fantastic. I can send it to you if you want. But you know, in order for you to make a Bybit account, you need to use a VPN and basically pick a country that it's allowed in. I personally use Sweden. You know, I'm a Swedish citizen. I usually when I travel a lot to the US, so when I'm in the US, you know, I make sure, because it's not allowed in the US, I make sure to use VPN. You can use it on your phone too. I connect Bybit to my phone all the time. If you're interested in signing up, there's a referral link. You don't have to use it. It just helps me in the channel. If you're willing to deposit funds, you can use, and basically the way you deposit funds is by sending Bitcoin or USDT, or it'll pretty much take any crypto. You can just send it to it and fund your account. Pretty straightforward from there. And from there, you're going to convert it to USDT if you want, or you can use the actual coin to trade itself. You could do either or. I personally just use USDT. It's just easier for me. And from there, I'll show you how to, if you're interested, I'll show you how to set up trades, how to set up everything. Which VPN do you use? I was wondering about getting one myself. So I use NordVPN. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of times they have plans. They have really good plans. If you guys are interested in that, there's a referral link in the description, I believe. Let me make sure it's still there before I say that. Yeah, if you scroll down like halfway through, there's a referral link for VPN. If you guys are interested in looking for one, definitely it supports me in the channel, so I would appreciate it. But you guys don't have to. Let's see. I've been looking into MEXC for broker. I've heard someone else bring that up. It seems like they're okay. My one advice for you, Ryan, is regardless if you're using Bybit has a track record. It's been around for 4 or 5 years. You know, it's not like FTX. They show proof of funds. When it comes to exchanges, it's very important that you pick a secure one. Now, I'm not sure how long MEXC has been around, but like I said, based on what I've seen, Bybit has been standing. You know, it stood the test of time. It's still around. It's still a great exchange. But regardless of what exchange you use, never, ever, ever, ever deposit all your funds into one account. Okay, into one exchange account. You just never know. I would say use about 25-30% of your account that you're going to be using to trade, and use that, and then deposit more if needed. Never, ever, ever keep all your funds on one exchange, regardless of, even like I said, even if it's Bybit, even though it's been around for a while, it's been proven. You never know what the future holds. So me personally, I never tell anyone, I never recommend anyone keeping all their funds on Bybit. Let's see, Tom, how do you use the calculator? Tom, good to see you, my friend. It looks like I haven't seen you on the channel yet. If you have been here before, welcome back, but it seems like you're new, so I want to welcome you. I'll go ahead and run through the calculator quick. So basically what all this calculator does is it makes sure that you guys are sticking to a proper risk percentage, right? When you're calculating risk, when you're putting money into a trade, it should always be a percentage of your account. Never use set values. Never, ever, ever use set values. All right, and what you're going to do is basically you're going to adjust. Oh, I need to turn my music down. I'm also going to turn the music down on the stream too, just because I want to explain this. Okay. So let's say, for example, you have $1,000, okay? And the beautiful part about this calculator tells you what leverage you to use, how much you're risking of your portfolio. And then contracts is for inverse perpetual, but most of the time you're going to be focusing on the margin used. Okay. So for most people, I would say if you're starting out, risk about 1 to 1.5% of your account. Okay. From there, it's going to tell you what margin size to use. Now, when it comes to risk, technically you can set this whatever number you want. It could be 72%. All right. The easiest way to do this, how I do it, is if you go to Bybit or any exchange you might have, my head's covering it. Can I move my head? Yeah, move my head. Sorry, you saw a part of my green screen that wasn't cut out. All right. So for example, if you look below my head or where my face is right now, let's say you want to open a trade. You type in the quantity, check. Let's say in this case you want to short. All right. And under the stop loss section underneath me, all right, it gives you set values of 5, 10, 25, 50, 75%. The easiest way to manage the calculator is to use any of these preset numbers. So in this case, I have 75%. All right. So if I'm using 25x leverage, which I'm going to move my head back up, I just moved the entire screen. If I use the entire, where is, all right, let me scroll up so you guys can see. All right, that's good. All right, so it's going to tell you, okay, so you're going to use $20 as your margin size. All right, let's say I want to open a trade right now. Make sure you have order by cost selected and type in $20. All right. And since the calculator tells you to press 75%, you can change whatever you want. Like I said, it has to be 75%. You can use 50 if you want, but you can see as I adjust these numbers, the leverage changes as well as the percent at risk. So make sure you adjust the numbers accordingly to make sure that it matches your risk percentage as well as matches the leverage you use. Now, you can also change the stop loss percentage that you use. What this number is down here is the stop loss percentage on chart. So in this case, I'm short off of, let's say, this entry here, right around here, exact. If you're using a 3% stop loss on chart, which, let me just change this to make sure. All right. You can see 3% up here. I'm going to be using 3% on the calculator. Okay. And it's going to tell you all the numbers that you should be using. So margin size is cost of the trade. You hit 75% risk on Bybit or whatever exchange you use. It's pretty much the same universally. All right. And make sure once you do that, let me see if I can zoom in. You guys see this number above my head? It says 56.35. Make sure that number matches as close to or under. Don't go over. As you can see, that number is slightly above. So technically I have to change it to 19. And we are slightly under now. So that's fine. But make sure you keep that number under 15 in this case. And all you're going to do is when you get stopped out of trades, you're going to go ahead and let's say calculate the difference after you lose. So if you lose $1,000, let's say you lost a trade, so you lost 15. Your new number to input into the portfolio size is 985. All right, and you just keep doing that. If you lose again, calculate. I have so many calculators up. 985 minus 14.78. When you start getting to the cents, like 22 cents, just round down to the nearest number. In this case, 970. 970. Next, if you lose again, or the next trade you're gonna be setting up is 1455. Now, let's say after the third trade you win, and let's say you win, I don't know, $100 just to make it safe. Once you take profit on that position, you're going to add that $100 back into your margin. So right now you'll be setting net positive. All right. And so what this does is as you're winning your trades over time, and as your portfolio grows, you're going to be incrementally increasing your position size, which in turn compound the gains that you make, which basically speed up the process of how much money you make. That's the beautiful part about using percentages over set values, is that when you risk set values, if you have a small account to begin with, you're risking set values. let's say you lose 20 trades in a row, you know, worst case scenario, the more you lose, technically, the more that set value is a higher percentage of your account. So you're quickly going down the rabbit hole of blowing your account up really fast. The opposite is also true. Let's say you're winning and only you set values, you're technically only winning a certain amount and you're not taking full advantage of compounding the gains that you made. So, Tom, I hope that was a good explanation. That's pretty much the easiest way to go about using the risk calculator, is understanding the components, what each of these sections mean, and going ahead and applying them to Bybit and adjusting them accordingly to as you lose or as you win. So I hope that was a good explanation for you guys. Okay, I'll be back soon. Yeah, Ryan, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll be here on stream 3 times a week, as well as if you are interested in diving deeper into ABCs, my Discord is in the description below. You can ask me questions, but just keep in mind, I prioritize my group, my Discord group, as well as I prioritize another group that I'm in currently. If you guys are interested, I'm not trying to sell you. You guys don't have to do this. As you can see, I do videos where I explain how to do these, the exact same things, the risk reward calculator, how to set up entries. I went through everything with that. I'll do it for free. All this does is kind of gives you a advantage and also gives you access to tutorial videos if you really want to dive deep into this, as well as you get access to a good community. You know, my guys are doing a good job. Shout out to my group and those who are in it, as well as people. You also get access to my real-time setups. You also can ask me questions. People ask me, you know, questions almost every day. And yeah, so if you guys are seriously wanting to dive into this, check out there's a one-time payment link. It's $150, but it's a lifetime access, as well as you get access to the trading bot that I'm using to get access to get my entries in. That's a lifetime subscription as well. So for the value, it's incredible. But you guys aren't required to do that. It's just an added bonus. You guys can come in and ask me any questions you might have, and yeah, I'll be more than willing to answer them on stream when I'm here. All right, guys, we're gonna close off with Wordle today. You guys have asked a lot of group questions. If you guys are new to the channel, we go ahead and play Wordle as a team every stream. So if you guys want to participate, you can. But after this, I'm gonna wrap things up just because I've been streaming for a while, almost 2 hours. And yeah, I think this is a very good informative stream. So I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, asking good questions. Let's go ahead and play this as a team. Audio. All right, we got an I. Let's do. What's? I was gonna do plain, but I know there's no A, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Why'd I just do that? Because I realized I is in the same spot. That was a waste of. That was a waste of a turn. All right, I'm gonna let you guys chime in for. I gotta answer a text message. I'm stupid for doing that. That's what I get for jumping right into things. If you guys want to chime in, you can. Actually, no, chime is actually a good one. Chime's actually a good one. All right, so we got an H and an I. H and an I. H and an I, and I and the H are in the second and third spot. It's not chime. What do you guys think? I feel like this is a good song. I do like this. The girl sounds like Ellie Goulding, and I had a crush on her when I was in high school. I would say S, maybe shirt. What the heck? I was gonna say Shire, but that's not really a word. What the heck? What the hell is? It's not Shire. It's not. Shirk, is that a word? Look at that. Fantastic. Awesome, guys. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I had a fantastic time today. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions, like I said, we'll be here Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at 1 p.m. EST. All right, Eastern Standard Time. I've been posting a little bit of a heads up beforehand. So if you guys aren't subscribed, I would, appreciate the sub if you guys are new to the channel, as well as turn on that notification bell so you guys know when I'm going live. Like I said, I used to try to give like a 12 to 18 hour heads up. So I would love to see you guys. If you find out what's wrong with the bot, can you please DM me? Yeah. I'll talk to William. I'll see what is going on. If there is anything going. I mean, like I said, I'll have to double check. But I'll mention that a couple of people in the group are having problems and see what he says. Okay, see you later, Ryan. I do appreciate you stopping by again. It's good to see you, Coyote, Tom, Mr. Reckless. I'm gonna try to do my best to go through everyone. In Dub, if that's your name, I'm sorry if I butchered that. Josh Fee, you're the man. Benarius, I do appreciate you. Mr. Reckless. Let's see. Crypto Beehive, Big Egg Roll, if you're still here. A Leaf. Who else? That's pretty much it. Prathish, if you're still here, my man, good to see you. 4X, if you're still here, good to see you as well. I do appreciate you guys so much. I look forward to catch you guys on the next one. Remember, be good, be safe. I give you guys levels to look out for. Hopefully we'll get an answer by this week. If you guys are into Discord, keep an eye out. I'll let you guys know what's going on if I change my mind on anything. See, Ryan, I learned a few things. I'm glad, man. That's the goal here. My goal, like I said, I do offer the paid group and all that, but I do not hide behind a paywall. All right. If you can walk away learning something today, that really does mean a lot to me. So, Ryan, if you seriously want to dive deep into ABCs, go check out the channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, when I'm not streaming, you will see a when you go to my channel, when it usually shows you I'm live, but when I'm not live, it will bring up this video. ABC trading strategy, how I'm able to get such good entries. That gives you a little bit more of a breakdown how I do things. As well as this video talks about the bear market, the continuation method. Please, and also watch prior live streams. There's a lot of good information there. If you're interested in learning more, please check out the videos. If you have any other questions, reach out to me via Discord. And if you want to really dive deep, you want to learn more, I do offer the group, but it's not required. But I do appreciate you guys a lot. Love you all. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Like I said, Sunday, 1 p.m. EST. I'll see you guys, and hopefully we can talk about something else. I'll talk about the move. All right. Be good. Be safe. I'll go ahead and stretch this out. Hold on. Where's my character? There he is. Where's my face? There I am. I'm not going to do the thing, but I'm just going to say bye-bye, everyone.